Gwen for Doran. Stomp lane, stomp everything afterwards because Gwen is very, very strong.
Yep, not a lot of support coming through from the Rumble, theoretically, but I guess not a lot of magic resist going to be built up by either of these solo laners, be it the Viego or the Nocturne. Though, Mao, is when we have a look at how these two teams have been playing, KT are the most aggressive team that we have in the LCK, and DRX are the most passive. They also have the most aggressive comp that you can basically put together. It's not necessarily going to come online straight away. However, they do need to take the initiative, and I don't know whether I trust them to do so. Plus, KT have a lot of answers against the dive. So, after all is said and done,
with how good the Umbra Blade's passive is early on, though.
Potentially baiting here, as Solka's going to run away to the bottom side of the map. That's the fear. Gets rid of Dove, but that's the flash over from Blank, and Solka's going the wrong direction. Blank will land absolutely everything he needs to, invest the flash, but there's first blood for KT. As now continuing to look aggressively, does find Pyosik here as okay, he's eventually going to get out. That is the QE landing though from Pyosik because he's doing a fair bit of damage. Dustbringer to come through with a bit of extra, and that should be Blank just going down. So some revenge for Solka and an overstep for Blank. That's how committed he was to helping Blank.
What a team player.
Whoa, that's very impressive. Becker and Solka will move on over here as Pyosik in the area as well. AD carry is fighting here on the bottom side of the map as Killer Instinct from Bao gets him in there. But now the engage. Grand Entrance is fantastic as there's the equalizer that at least does go down. But this is a bloodbath. Pyosik looking to try and escape here as Kingen. Not going to be so lucky. Dove, does he have it? Yes, he does. He's going to get a whole bunch of his health back and Becker will fall as well. So the first blow was landed by DRX, but it did not really work.
It's so hard to do into the KT comp, right? And that's why I'm talking about the 1-for-1, because if KT play it well, and if Harp and Dove are at the ready with the fingers and the Unbreakable and the Showstopper and the Glacial Fissure, there's just not that much you can do because the disengage is so strong.
And also the counter engage from an equalizer is just ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that Doran can be there to try and get a bit of damage down as Solka's going to go in. There it is, that's the equalizer down, but we've got fights on multiple fronts. That Facebreaker was amazing out of Dove as Pyosik goes in, goes golden, but there's no follow-up whatsoever. This is kind of what we were talking about, right? As Kingen's going to walk away, gives them the thumbs up, congratulates them for their team fight. And KT.
The bigger problem with the split pushing idea of playing on this game is the fact that KT is about to head to a soul point.
Yeah, it's this Lizard. This Lizard certainly is providing some issues. But DRX, okay, there's the quickness. Becker yet to go in as there's the paranoia. A little bit late on that one as Solka has no backup. Once again, Dove gets into the backline, and that was an equalizer out of Blank. However, some kills being traded back as Bao gets over the wall, but now he can't auto-attack anymore. Doran's getting stuns off all over the place. Dives in on top of Bao, though, and that is not exactly what he wants. Goes down extraordinarily low. We'll see whether he gets away, and obviously he is going to, as now Dove has found Bao. One more and he'll get the stun, but no, he's just going to use the Haymaker for that one. Harp barely survives as Kingen. Can he get this one done by himself? And the answer is absolutely not, as KT will be able to disengage with Soul Point on top of them. Kingen's still looking for a little bit more here. But I don't know whether he's going to be able to do it. Dove is still just wandering around the area. I think Doran should probably get POG for that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm aboard.
All right, nice. Is it okay to give POG to Set anymore? I feel like he's getting a Kali treatment on that front, as now he's going to get feared, running away from Solka here, but instead he wants to start a fight. That is going to be a disengage paranoia, and that is 100% not what you want. If you're a DRX fan, as in goes Doran, that's a great quickness though, as Noah's on the back line. Let's see whether they can get anything done as Pyosik in a bit of trouble. There's the stun, a double kill for the Set though, and the Ezreal in the meantime is untouched. Kingen is going to be able to find himself the ability to use some Set moves, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough, as he has to go back to being Viego now, and that is going to be the ace for KT, and should mean the Baron, as Blank is available and Noah's there with some DPS. Facebreaker comes through here. That's a heartbreaker, so Kingen's going to get to where he wanted to go, but unfortunately it wasn't. It's Infernal Soul time as Kingen's been caught out of position. Heartbreaker going to be used to escape. And the more of these buttons that are utilized in defense, the less tools DRX has to stop this from just going over to KT for free. KT looking for a potential turn as there's the Moonfall to go in. Okay, equalizers down. Lots of AoE happening here as Harp will fall down. Noah off to the side, not exactly getting too much work done, as now the front line is trying to make it happen, and Dove, he's just unkillable. It's a triple kill for the set. And it looks like we're not going to need an Infernal Soul. It looks like this game is just over.
And we see the remnants of the magic of DRX, Atlas. I think in Spring, that's the kind of engage they find where they turn the entire game around. But that doesn't work here anymore. You can't fall this far behind and then try and salvage it with a single good play. Teams in the LCK need to learn.
I mean, who's going to win? An entire dive comp? Or one guy beating the heck out of an Nexus right here? Dove is going to be able to finish this one off. That's more than double an Ezreal's damage. Noah really did not play too much of a part in this game, did he?
He didn't really need to. It was like at the beginning of the game, like, Noah, just throw Mist.
That is the dumbest damage grab.
Oh, that would be so good.
Ooh, goes back to one of Doran's old favorites. This is really fun. Not exactly, you know, your damage range that you're wanting in the 2v2 topside, but I mean, who really cares? This is still just really, really fun, and certainly something that Doran has been very good at. We saw Keen demolish on the cannon. His side lane cannon was just glorious to watch. Pretty good in the laning phase. We'll just see how Blank goes around this map. Made a great play for first blood and then made a little bit of a whoopsie afterwards. If the whoopsie comes first, then we might have one of these situations where the Rumble just gets too strong. Critical mass happens really fast on the Rumble. So Pioshik, we're going to be looking at him in this early stage of the game to really try and take control. Right, is the fact that KT were right there, but I have to hold the thought. There's going to be a Lantern giving Harp a bit of a shield as that's the Ignite to go down. Becker in a bit of trouble here as Noah looking for that last auto, throws down the hail of arrows. The Blighted Quiver will help him out here as the curtains are called. Harp in trouble, that's the heal employed as the last shot is not enough. Great juggling of aggro there for KT. Yeah, Solka just teleported to the mid lane, so they do have him there. Pioshik with his Equalizer available. This is going to be very important. There's the flayback. Equalizer not really on this Dragon as Blank is going to be able to secure it. They trade it for the Thresh as Dove is over here. He managed to sort out the mid lane, and KT will get their jungler out scot-free as, aha! Here we go, my Dragon. Very excited about this. Finally understand what's going to be happening this game as we do have a Cloud Soul. It is in fact Earth, Wind, and Fire. Love that a lot. And Blank will be able to just secure his Raptors and remain safe. Looks like Pioshik should be able to grab this red buff, so that is a decent consolation prize. As in goes Kingen and out goes Doran. Pioshik now in trouble, Moonfall goes down, and yep, set's real strong. And Dove is going to be able to pick up his first kill of the game. Solka now in trouble, double E's coming through here, but that's a great blast cone to get Solka out of there. And now it's Kingen that could be in trouble. Dove was going for the round the world, but not going to be able to get there in time. And so Kingen will survive.
What is it with Rumbles going for ill-advised topside invades this game?
Is that exactly the same place that Blank died game one?
Well, the last time it was for Raptors. This time it was for the red buff. But it's exactly the same play, and it is so telegraphed. And if Kingen and Solka stick around and you set up a trap, I agree. Going back to your stat point, yes, the champion is just absurdly strong at the moment. As Pioshik doesn't have flash.
Yeah, he does put the Equalizer down. It's going to be a lot of damage, but it's not going to be consequential in any way, as Becca might be able to clear out a control ward. So, congrats.
This is the state of the game, right? And this is why we were kind of apprehensive about the chance of DRX, where
as we're looking at Soul Point here for KT, and we'll see whether they can set up for that team fight as in goes Blank. They think that they found Solka here, and I don't hesitate to agree with them as Blank is going to be able to get that one done, and now they're going to turn it into the rest of the team fight. Flash out from King, but in goes Doran. A phenomenal ultimate as Dove gets in there. That's the flash face breaker to get Pioshik out of there, and the flash from him is not going to do anything. In the meantime, Kingen's not going to be able to find any sort of flank as KT are circling like sharks. It looks like the Drake is going to be the next one that they want, as no one not quite able to solo that one at this point in the game, down to 200 health, as he's going to get back towards the bottom side, and KT feeling great after that one. Yeah, I think what epitomized the absolute state of this game for DRX is we are going to see yep, Doran have a bit of trouble. Kingen's going to be able to come in and grab that kill with his Blade of the Rune King. Like that one a lot. than this DRX squad, and it's so interesting because so little has changed, and yet so much has changed. Okay, it's a bit of a face check as Lantern is there, but Blank not going to be able to take it right now. Flash is trying to get himself out, but that ain't going to work as now the curtains are being called. Harp will be taken down here, so DRX actually finding one back as Noah does make it out of the theater.
And now Soka's half health. Exactly the problem that we discussed, Atlas. It's one arrow that you need to basically solidify your grasp of this objective. However, DRX, they recognize we need to go for this. We can't give them soul. We need to somehow make this work.
Well, Dove is walking around. There's the flank from Doran. Can he do it? Finds 3 with the slicing Maelstrom. Is going to get taken down, but immediately that is 2 kills for KT. Pyosik trying to get out of there. The flash forward from Dove as he's a one-man army. Haymaker's going to do it. Tavares is just raining arrows from the backside as Kingen will be taken down. It's a quadra kill. Sets a pretty good champion as KT will get themselves. The cloud was just beautiful.
Cheese him. I like it.
Yeah.
Full cheese.
Fnatic brush.
But that does help.
Well, that's what the stopwatch is for, all right? It was to buy him a couple of seconds of a lifetime as Harp throws him out a consolation lantern. Come back from the dead, please, Cannon. That ain't gonna work. But Soka, I don't think is going to be able to grab the, it's a real difficult time. Yesterday, we saw an Elder fail to win a game. However,
twice.
Maybe that wasn't necessarily the Elder's fault. Now we're setting up for this one. Another.
Again?
I've seen this play.
Again?
I've seen this play before.
No!
And it may just work again. The Moonfall doesn't exactly connect as Doran's holding onto that ultimate for a long time. But my God, that damage was revolting. No, Doran gets absolutely 0 value. Last hit's a rumble with the ultimate. And it looks like the wallets are just a little bit too heavy here. As the Lantern is going to be used, Bao has to walk away though. Solka has none of his health bar remaining. Maybe KT are just too big to fail in this game. Yeah, that's the flash forward. Faces are broken, and Dove decides that he's just going to continue walking through turret shots as Bao may have found Harp. He misses the flay, looks to try and flash to safety as throws the hook in some random direction and will be taken down as now the curtains have been called. Can the Elder be stolen by one of these last bullets? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be almost, but no. Uncontested because, of course, DRX not wanting to fight what is feeling like a losing teamfight battle against an Elder Drake. So a minute's time, KT utilizing it in order to grab themselves this Baron buff. As now Dove, he's got different things on his mind as Kingen. Yeah, this is going to be rough times. Yeah, finds himself the Stride Breaker into the ultimate, and now Kingen has to be really careful of dragons.
Nothing you can do, Atlas. Nothing you can do here. As KT, they have the buffs, they have the money, they have the composition, and that might be the critical for this game.
Yeah, well, in goes the Dredge line. They find a lot of CC onto a Thresh that just survives forever. That is going to be the bottom lane eradicated. Now Doran finds himself a Solka, goes golden as well, as Solka is going to do the same thing, but Dove is just going to break everyone's face. Yep, Pyosik is going to feel the wrath of the dragons, and they've ran out of minions. All right, finally, they do start conga lining in, and goodbye, Nexus. KT with a very, very comfortable 2-0. He looks a little bit more like a bruiser this game, thank goodness. As Noah, Poke Varus, he's going to do that. Doran as well, really shutting down Kingen, as you can see. Statistically, 10,000 more damage is a good news story, but I feel like this is another example of KT.
네, 3점 자기 끝에 2승을
let's go into the
올렸습니다.
interview now. So
오늘 승리의 주역 두부 선수 만나볼게요.
Thank you very
승리
much, guys.
축하드립니다.
This is Ji-sun joined by Dove for the solo POG interview. Congratulations, you brought the end of the losing streak of KT Roaster. How are you feeling? I think every matches that we lost was all 1-2. You know, the first one we lost against Dongsim as well. So I'm glad that we were able to pick up a very clean 2-0 win. I think KT had great momentum, but sometimes you guys fail to close out the game. So what kind of change did you make this time around. I don't think we are not performing, but we do lack something. You know, for example, you know, we have to, you know, be a lot more spacious, you know. So we have to kind of chill out and not rush in the late game. So I think we figured out how to close out the game in the later stage in the game. In game number 1, Dove, you are popping off on set. Well, same as game number 2. So a lot of teams should be afraid of your set. You know, they should remove that. Is that set being too OP or is that you being a great pilot? I think it's like exactly 50-50. I don't think set is like OP in every circumstances. It does require a bit of a proficiency. So I think it's 50-50. So you're OP and set is also OP. That's the conclusion. So you had some massive numbers in that set performances, you know. 19 KDA in game number 1, perfect KDA score in game 2. So let's take a look at some of them stats you scored in today's series. Game number 1, 19 KDA, 838 DPM on a tank champion. How are you feeling? I only saw the damage graphic, so I can't really tell if I did well by looking at the numbers, so it feels unreal, to be honest. That DPM is so broken. I don't know, like, if it's higher or low, I don't know any average for DPM, you know. I heard that it's so high. So, our stats sim stated that 500 is a very high standard for DPM, so why do you think you were able to perform so well on set? What went well? The way I played and, you know, played around the jungler Blank, especially in game number 1. He took a really good care of me in the lane. So I was able to have a very comfortable game from the get-go. So I guess the cover from Blank's Rumble was also really on point. So it was Rumble set in game 1, and it was Diana set for game 2, and with the victory, Diana set duo has 75% of win rate. Which one do you prefer? If I have to choose one, I would definitely go with Rumble, but you also have to consider the numbers and statistics. So somehow, you know, if you get to play or run the Diana set comp, you have higher win rate, but I do prefer the Rumble set comp. These days, a lot of mid laners are winning the POG on set, and you are also one of them. You know, today back-to-back POG on set. So set is a mainstream champion for sure. So why do you think DRX actually didn't remove it? I think every different team has different kind of perspective. I guess they had some counter action prepared against set, but you know, in game, you know, you don't really get to execute your plan perfectly. You know, something unexpected breaks out. So KT roster, or were you guys gonna take set whenever it was available? Whenever I wanna play.
오늘 굉장히 멋진 모습을 보여줬고요. 오늘 이렇게 두 세트
today,
POG를 가져갔는데
you won POG in both games.
선택하는 도부 선수만의
Who do you think is the another POG if you can pick one?
저는 첫 세트는
For game 1, I want to give it to Rumble, you know. Other than the play when he got cut out, I think he did a perfect job. In game 2, if I have to pick, it will be Kennen. Especially when we were fighting around the Drake, he found a lot of, you know, excellent TP flank angle, and he did it by himself. I guess, shout out to Blank and Doran for today's series victory as well. KT roster, you was facing up against some of the top teams early on the split. Now you guys are having a bit of an easier matchup coming up. speaking of the west side of the table, you know, it's not the end of the first round yet. So I don't think we can really divide, you know, the west team and the east team, and the left hand side of the bracket and the right hand side of the bracket. You know, we haven't played too many games yet, and everyone is so competitive right now. Every team might think that every match is doable, so I think we shouldn't get caught off guard. And you'll be facing off Leaf Sandbox, your former team, in the next match.
서밋 선수 우태야.
Summit, you know.
죽여줄게.
Hi, I'm gonna kill you.
열심히 죽여줄게 진짜.
I
선물이
will
많이
kill
가줄게.
you. I'm gonna just rotate top all day.
선전포고를
Wait for me.
해주셨습니다. 저도 다음 경기 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 승리
Can't wait to
축하드립니다.
see the
감사합니다.
top mid banter in that upcoming
네,
series,
이렇게
and
해서
this will be the
KT의
end of the
두부
interview
선수
from the solo
만나봤습니다.
POG of KT. Back to our casters. Thank you.